love is blind? Definitely for yes. Very important part to understand and consider. It can be due to a change, and the change can be change the way you feel. So if a reader is good, then a reader has the capacity to tell you whether it's a long-term connect or not. That you need to understand what you're looking for. Today we are talking about all the possible scenarios which can be an important aspect of your day-to-day life, and that can have a drastic effect on you to a certain extent. Have your partner ever cheated on you? Or do you have a fear that your partner may cheat on you? Or you're facing a breakup, or you're unable to figure out what is happening in your love life or marriage, or there is a third person involvement. Today we are talking about all the possible scenarios which can be an important aspect of your day-to-day life, and that can have a drastic effect on you to a certain extent. I always tell my clients that love is blind, definitely for yes. And when we love someone, we don't see the flaws. But as a lover, you're not blind. And when you are not blind, you do need to understand that there are flaws. And if the flaws are to the extent which are manageable, then definitely, that love connect works. But if the flaws are unlimited, or they are infinite in nature, and if your partner is unable to give you the time you required, or if there is someone else, or there is a third person influence, and that third person starts from the house itself. Sometimes in our community, because we are from India, in our community that happens with the parents or the paternal side or the maternal side. Sometimes that is from the in-laws, sometimes it is from the husband side or the wife side, and it can be having a drastic effect on the marriage. When it happens, what you need to do, what is required. And sometimes it is a third person influence. A third person influence can be anyone. It can be a friend, it can be a girlfriend, it can be a new person in the life, a new entry, or very important part to understand and consider, it can be due to a change. And the change can be change the way you feel. Because when you got married, maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you two people got connected because you two were feeling connected from the sentimental part. And that sentimental part, the emotional aspect of that, because every time the human brain, it evolves. And when a human brain does evolve, the feelings do change. What I used to think 5 years ago, or 2 years ago down the line, I'm not thinking the same way right now. This is the present. And what I'm thinking right now, most likely, my feelings will change, my perspective will change, after 5 years or 10 years. Maybe I can fall into deeper love with the same person, or I may figure out that, this is not the good life I am leading into it. There are certain flaws which happen. And from the astrological point of view, whether you follow Western astro, or you follow Indian astro, you follow Greek, you follow Chinese, you follow psychic, you follow tarot, if a reader is good, then a reader has the capacity to tell you whether it's a long-term connect or not. To understand the longevity, to understand the connectivity, it is always wise to consult and do the match, compatibility match. And if you trusted your reader, and if you want to understand the sense, always understand what looks ahead after 5, 10, 20 years. Whether the time you are investing, very important part, the time you are investing, is it worth or not? And sometimes what happens, and what I have seen, that most of the partners are very busy in their day-to-day life, that if I might have hurt, if I might have hurt someone I love, if I might have upset my partner, if my partner is online, and there are so many people who connect with me on that purpose, that my partner is online, the anxiety happens, and I'm unable to get a reply, I am unable to get a response. When certain things happen, and when certain feelings happen, the anxiety kick in. What you are supposed to do? Do you want to continue with that kind of a partner forever, It is a sign on your own that yes, this is not the thing you required. Because if somebody cannot acknowledge your feeling at the moment, that person may not be able to acknowledge your feeling in the future. If someone is not able to give you the time right now when it is required, then you're wasting your time on it, on the face of it. It is quite clear that you need to understand what you're looking forward. Do you want to keep, putting all your efforts, energy into that scope? Always remember one part, that your love life is a part and parcel of, your whole life, and you cannot destroy, you cannot, mishandle the other aspect of your life just because of your love life. Love life is important, but I believe, and I always tell my clients, that it is 1/4 of your total life. 1/4 of the total life cannot hold, your third fourth, which is very important part. It can be your career, it can be your family, it can be your parents, it can be your health, it can be your dreams. So do live a life with a peace of mind. And the purpose I am doing this video, and I would like that, if you have not subscribed to my channel, like my channel yet, do it now. Press the button so that you can get all the follow-up and the updates and the upcoming videos on my channel, so that we can connect. So what happens, what makes a person change from the feelings point of view? It is so important to understand that when we have a partner, when we want to have a partner, there is an eagerness between two people. That eagerness is a catching point. That eagerness can be a point of connect, where you two people who want to see the best of the side. And we never know, we never get an idea what can be the worst, what can be the flaws. And when we have no idea about the flaws, we are just looking at the good, and the good is like, this is the best. And the best can be, we feel that we can live a life like that. When we start putting our efforts, when we start living with that person, the karma is there. We understand the flaws are more than the positive. Then the right thing has to be, you need to talk. The planets which are involved, and I will be doing another video talking about the planets, but just to give you an indicator, the seventh house from the Vedic astrology point of view, will be doing a detailed video about it. But just to give you an idea, seventh house from the Vedic astrology point of view is ruling your love life, can give the trait of your future husband or a wife, and also can give you the trait whether it is worth for you to invest or not. So what are you waiting for? Just subscribe my channel, like this video, connect with me, and we are coming with more updates very soon. Thank you, your astrologer friend Karan. All the best.